but too effective. You have
Describe it!
They'll get a nice. We'll get some. Want to come out. You have the arena. Doesn't want to commit it onto Armel. Well, the one saving grace right now is TNC. Really farming up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Definitely one of these bigger heroes you could clean up there. That's exactly how they should play. Playing around the Beastmaster Roar, finding those easy pickoffs that you can get.
Dire structures are fortified.
Backwards. This is what their lineup can excel at, and it's what they should play around, especially while T1's not ready to extend the arena and end.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oracle has been dropped a model to be dropped, but it doesn't keep rolling. That could be troubles. Armel looks to turn around. They will not. But that is two huge ultimates wasted. T1. KP's Primal Roar is coming back up in about 20 seconds. That is a bit concerning for T1.
They've got a lot of a wider window for TNC to get their spells out. T1 has to really work hard if they're going to go for something, and it felt like that was just a bit too hesitant. Miracle took way too long to get to the top lane. If they were going to defend that tier 1, they should have done so. They needed to come up like half a minute earlier than that. They could have tried to set up while the position was better. Instead, they have to charge Chronos here onto Armel, not the ideal target. Bristleback is tanky now. He does have his Vanguard up to mitigate the physical damage coming out. They need a lot more magical damage to really put a dent in him, and IYD is just not pump that damage safely yet. There is a moment here where Armel should be able to just really stand his ground, not worrying about the output on T1 just yet. And that is definitely not hard. If you really want to pick out definitely Gabby. Perhaps KP, although I think the supports would be a bigger target here. Particular can be annoying along with March. Just take out the potential for the Will-O-Wisp, stuff around, take the potential out for the Mortimer's Kisses.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Komentari full player. Tangannya orang pantes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Cicil terus. Nah. Lumayan nih dong. Oke.
They just can't finish the job off.
I don't think that's too big of a worry.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Because it is low and you have just taking it out, take the gold away. He's out of control, but you need to smoke up.
Dapat PL.
That's a pretty big concern if you are TNC. Gabby's already had a hard enough time farming up. Just losing his life like that before he the pros once get traded. It did cost you a primal roar, but very, very well.
Hunting bounties.
Definitely. While that was happening as well, there was a bit of a chase. You did see March getting jumped on by
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is Radiant's top tower
damage
has
on that
fallen.
bottom tier 1, but not for too long. Their push potential is great.
Radiant's top
Don't
tower
worry
is
about
under
the chrono
attack.
and the egg are still available for team.
Atas na. Kayak. Moratan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bawah kamu keras.
Outpost trying to be taken back by TNC,
Nice.
but
Jangan salah. Excellent.
T1 showed themselves afraid that Miracle does have the chrono available right now.
Oh, guys, langsung. Ayo kita
Definitely wants to
langsung.
get it off cooldown if he can. Have lost a couple more games. About 2k net worth. Been in the lead pretty much the whole time as well. They really haven't let that go at all. I guess with this draft, they can really just continue to force down towers.
Radiant's
Like,
bottom
there's
tower
not
is
too
under
much
attack.
to be afraid of if, from TNC. You've still got all your
Dire are scanning.
They are taking their time with this.
They definitely are. And this is the gas room to make some catch-up farm. Does have his defusal up
Radiant's
and
bottom
running, so
tower is under
if
attack.
you can close the gap with the left track, you can
Juan, power atas Juan.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
a lot of the magic damage tier 1 is relying on. But I don't think the defusal is going to be enough to buy
Kemarin saya
itself.
observer
Perhaps
banget dan observer tahan
Radiant's
terus.
bottom tower is
gonna be
under
a much
attack.
better spot to start applying that pressure on the left. So,
Observer banget.
they are slowly just never
Nanti juga ya, saya tarik campur
Radiant's
jangan sampai.
structures are fortified.
Dapat.
Are fortified.
Alah, salah alat. Outfit. Ini mundur. Sumpah, mundur outfit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Mana berapa sih Anda? Oh my god. Ya,
the best stuns. They have cookies, they have more.
Orang ewu nyawane
That's
ku.
really it for the interrupts. So
Mana atas
by the
temen ya?
time you expend both of those, and use your snapfire, you have no way of stopping that
Oh, ya,
engagement.
apa
Now
sih?
you did see issues there from T1, right? But TNC managed to
Anak
throw
flat
off
mail ini
that
sebagainya.
Chronosphere is not as clean as you'd expect, but they are forced to grab basically just one kill from that chrono. You did see Gabby fall in the end, but that was because he was playing aggressively from
Ambil
behind, trying to clean up. Again, that defense doesn't give him quite enough to stand all the damage coming out.
Dapat ya. Bola api diputar gitu kan.
Sunray melting a little bit,
Oh,
but
dan 14 detik mending.
to force on no back, he'll just go through it.
Ajar putra.
Collison will just be left alone. And it's back to the outpost. They want to have one before that 20-minute mark. But they should be able to... Can they?
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gets the hatred as well. Very nice. Back in on the hits now. And that'll be enough for Arnold to finish the egg off. And with that,
chrono out.
Ini
Just
malah
off into
pantang
the
mundur
second
berapa
set.
kali.
Before the Roach fell, looked
lawan
a bit rough, but in the end they managed to make it work. TNC were feeling
Orang
confident
ruginya
trying to
nonton
take
pro
that
player
fight.
main. Nggak mau belajar.
Radiant's
Just got
middle
caught.
tower is under
That
attack.
was a really good chrono trigger coming out. Saving one life of Gabby. And that was, they managed to split the team up.
Pakai terus, baik. Kenapa sih?
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
All over the place.
Jangan mati.
This is an arena for a low H.
Why not? I mean, it's a low cooldown as well, right? 75 seconds. Not that long.
Not that long.
Radiant's
It
top
is a
tower
bit
is under attack.
I really want this already.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Oke, Neka 55 hancur.
Well, now the pipe finally comes out on the TNC is just so far behind. In fact, it's a 6k net worth lead for T1. He's been forced to go into a bit of defiance.
Kurang net.
Trying to stay out of that coming
Dan
out, but
Because
Salah,
just the
salah.
defuse alone wouldn't have done enough. Again, he really wants to eat through that back line, go to the bottom, go to the lush rack. He can't if he has that damage, he can't burn them fast enough to tank through that damage. This hood should allow him that
Okay, boss.
leeway. Gives him a lot more to work with in the back line. I think that might be
mundur polosan. Support mana batiknya nih.
just gonna TP out with Decrepify. Why not? They use the cookie. He has Arena up. Won't commit yet. Pretty much all alone. It really goes to show how confident the Mars is. He's in the lead. He has no idea how many Radiant heroes are there. He just doesn't care.
Forever. He's having a grand old time. He's really just hard to deal with. You'd expect to be able to say that about him on arm balance. He's a tank. Feels like it takes way too long for the Bristle to get that damage out. Whereas Mars with his kill just worst potential with God's Rebuke as well. That it's a lot more conscious and can certainly push it to a further limit than you could the Bristleback.
Miracle there as well. Has the full Mjolnir up and does have. Well, he already had his BKB, but he's just looking bigger and bigger every time we look at him. It's like he is going after the Satanic next. It's just TNC. I wonder how much longer they have to try and farm up here. As I mean, Armel, he's got a Lotus Orb now. That helps a little bit. They are moving from behind as well. It's all
Sampai naik keluar mau.
I guess you find something.
Telat ini.
Doesn't manage to find KB.
Para sia-sia lah
the advantage in this game.
perang.
Definitely. They still found a kill. Forced to use their ults, and it doesn't quite pay off. But it's a pretty good bait from Forev, baiting his team into dropping off the ults to get the spear. Drag Armel out of that, saving Armel. Truly the MVP in that fight. Managed to protect this back out. Big blow for TNC. They did lose out under assist. Fairly happy.
Mantap.
Not against 5 heroes, you're not.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Masih dapat. Kuratan. nó năng tiếp thế.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Running line of windows.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not sure if that was a misclick. I guess maybe they just saw the double tap.
Radiant's
Dapat tuh.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Anymore. Luckily for TNC, Miracle, he did not have his chrono available, so they couldn't die for anything further than that. But
Aman aman
huge misplay coming out with that fortification. Look at
Konangan ke? Ambil. Wih. Mampus mana kan? Alah. Kurang ajar kayak.
going after Tims. Will-O-Wisp will hold
Nah, nah, camping terton lah.
Tims just chasing him slowly but surely.
Anak camping.
But I do trying to go for fast now. Really doesn't like to keep
Radiant's
flying.
middle tower is under attack.
Mid, tahun mid ambil. Wah, BB
They're
rugi
gonna go mid.
gas
that.
nih.
All that was without
They
an
would've come
miracle
up
around as
lane.
well. So they've got the chronosphere ready, they've got the arena.
That one on you or me?
Should be a straightforward
Apa?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Iya, begini.
Radiant's middle
Kamera, kamera.
has fallen.
That T1 there. They're being very, very careful about this. They're not too far forward. They may just wait out for that repair kit.
Jasa kayak. Dewa perang kayak mati. Ambil kayak. Karena generation. Bukan ada kan dua apa?
T1, excuse me.
Do what's up,
Do
yeah.
move back surprisingly
Don't
enough. I
support
guess they just weren't 100% confident. Like, there's no real reason to risk anything too
Udah dapet
fast.
kan?
You've got a 16k net worth lead. You don't want to give any of that
Oh,
away.
saya nggak bisa
In
dua.
fact, they may find their opening now anyways. The smoke is going to be there. You can see, but Jim's reveals
Dapat.
he
Orang
does
yang
go
main
for that
option
mid
scanning.
creep wave, and they know
outpost
forever
option.
again puts his shield up, trying to bait them
Mana
forward.
wong bos, mana
They're
wong.
looping all the way
Sepi,
around the
TNC
Roshan
sepi. Nah, KPI. Saya anak-anak sana SMC sana server.
Do they
Siapa yang
find
mengapa di game? Konangan. Konangan.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
find Joe Camp to start this team right off?
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Iya, satu. Satu camp.
He wants to keep 4 towers in your meanwhile this looks right in front of the tower. He does get out. And that is going to be one of the most demoralizing things I've ever seen.
Classic Indonesian Dota. Dive in the fountain. Yes. That actually pays off there.
Diucapkan suka
IYD.
kata-kata Indonesia
Good
nih.
work. Baiting them into those buybacks. And Armel does stop the push. Vision fine. And T1, they did drop a couple of heroes there.
Nah, kalau
They're
tidak
still going to be very happy with how that turned out. Of course, they did force the buyback on Armel. That is going to give them a bit of an opening. The Roshan's back up.
Oh, juga
They
otomatis
don't
kalah.
have the chrono or the egg.
Egg.
Position to apply onto that
Egg.
Roche.
Yeah,
Just
more
take it for
egg
themselves. No
mati
contestation
dikit-dikit.
coming out from TNC anytime soon. Aegis and Cheese going the way of T1, and that just means you're going to have an even harder time keeping a lid on the aggression.
Ulah sewa ini
Radiant are scanning.
ya.
Sean has walked into the dark.
Smoke up, Armel will break it.
Bisa aku tambah ya. Ini number 1.
Dire victory.
Just that cliff at the end. I mean, it looked like a great will-o-wisp.
Mantap. T1 ini kalah lawan Android ya. 2014 ya. Di Bloodstone Ring Dagger. Scepter. Evil Scepter of Divinity. PKB Black King Bar. Kenapa jenenge Black King Bar ya? Ki apa sih aslinya kelambi apa sih? Black King Bar, Black King Raja Bar. Ini tempat minum berarti. Tempat minumnya raja-raja hitam. Road of Travel. Oke, nunggu game kedua. Christine and Queen. Kita nonton Topson ya. Topson setting main banget Topson sih. Wah, sebenarnya di wong main Topson urutan tidak sedikit. Sangat muter ya. Di farm main berapa main dewek deh. Cake farm, main dewek. Juga farm kejual cake farm ke Jijibuk. Tapi orang dua kia dong pro player ini. Pro player. King cancel ini siapa ya? Kita nonton kita Topson. Kalau nunggu game kedua.
Dire are scanning.
Bumiko tuh main bareng kalau Topson mantap teman. Wah.
are fortified.
You're in over your head. Impossible.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
My waters rise. With my thanks. My people died for nothing. There is nothing to. I must forget
Radiant structures are fortified.
what you are.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is falling.
Attracts its own kind. Perfect! Of course. You have no business here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tis mine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Money changes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. 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 Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
A welcome manifestation of randomness. A welcome manifestation of randomness.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Contract complete.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Aye, me!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Contract complete.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
This will hasten my footfalls.
But I need so
Invisibility.
much more.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Such regional concerns are beneath my time.
You want to take the lion?
Dominating.
To
Restore her to the nest of
Anyone
thorns.
could see that it was your time.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Haste.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lapor si Wan. Oke, game kedua.
TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Annoyed by as the bristleback would be, but then again, it's either or. Like, one of them's gonna be this one, and the other one can get the damage out. I think you could go with the DK in this lineup if you had to pick something. Again, there are some heroes available. I don't know if they're really safe picks into the Pugna. It can be a risky run, or you really need something to come online fast. Bristleback can be online fast, but we tend
TNC
to see them
Predators
pick up a
turn
pipe
to pick
first,
Dire
pick up a
team
Vanguard, and a
Slug.
Appliance first if that's your options. TNC does go with a Slark, so it looks like we are going to be looking at a Bristleback mid Gabby on the Slark. That's how it's going to work, and it does enjoy heroes like the Centaur. It does enjoy morphing, strength morphing. There's a lot of agi stacks to sap away there. It's going to be
10
relatively easy
seconds
for the Pugna
remaining.
to prep his own allies under attack, though. In this case,
5
you're not going to
seconds
be
remaining.
decrepifying that Slark unless you know he's expended Dark Pact. But you can save your allies in that way. So one still has a way of dealing with it, somewhat.
Bisa iya, dia bisa
Yeah. They
Kayaknya
do
iya,
have
kayaknya
definitely a way of dealing with in the
Nah,
puzzle.
kayaknya mereka.
Still T1. Final pick for them. They are still lacking a bit of their own unless they plan to run the
Bisa
Morphling
forest.
mid. Highly doubtful. Kind of begs the question here, like, you run Armel mid on the Bristleback again, or do you just put the Slark mid? I guess it's still very flexible in that sense.
I think you're much happier with a Bristleback mid. I don't think you want to leave your Slark in 1v1 lane that may or may not go his way. Much better off just having a Bristleback. He can dominate that lane no matter what matchup. If not dominate, draw even. There are matchups where the Slark just can't keep up solo, so you would want to just invest the resource. Give that Slark a good lane. That's going to be the hero for TNC.
Choose your hero.
One does close out with the Queen of Pain. So there you go, IYD's hero. He's pretty fantastic in that hero. If I recall right, that's one of his signatures. Seen him play time and time again. So you've got a lot of value there. You can eat through the Slark, even if he goes into his Shadow Dance, as long as you know where he is. Pump out all your spells, you're going to burst that work just fine. I love that response for T1. I think their draft is pretty darn solid. They've got a lot of great responses to what TNC has in mind. Pugnant cancel out any combination Tim's has to truck. He has to be very careful about how he utilizes his combo. And you have Jokam to steal spells as well. It's going to be interesting to see whether this core shift out from TNC is going to be enough. Like Slark instead of PL, a bit of a shake-up in their other two heroes as well, but keeping that core Bristleback, Keeper for Light combination back, it's going to be enough for TNC. We'll find out.
We are going to have to find out though. TNC, they do have a lot of pressure. They do definitely want to try and force this to a game number 3 if they can. Their own draft looking pretty good, looking very scary, and it looks like it's really going to be almost a reversal of roles here as to whether In Your Dream can really get the pace going with his own Queen of Pain and buy Miracle a bit more space on the Morphling this time around. Not to say that Gabby won't still need the space, he definitely will on the Slark, but you could definitely make the argument the Slark does come online a lot faster than a PL would, as we saw last game. Going to be an interesting one, T1 and TNC. But, you know, any game that the Tim's Earthshake is here, regardless of what it's Earthshake.
Yeah, it's always great to watch. I mean, Tim's gone that hero. There is a lot that he has to get done for his team here, but if he applies that pressure from the laning, down Miracle, ensure that the Morphling can't get good farm. We have seen what happens when Morphlings fall behind. They just don't recover too well when they get shut out
Prepare for
completely.
battle.
They can go back to that jungle just fine, but it's a massive window where TNC can just kind of exploit.
Looks like TNC are actually still remaining the favorites in terms of betting odds going into the second matchup. So, although T1 does have lower odds than last game, so definitely has been adjusted a little bit, but TNC is still the favorites for this secondary match. T1 prove those odds wrong if they can. Certainly did in game 1, that's for sure. I just wonder how much space Miracle's going to be able to find on this Morphling this time around as well. Last time on the Void, he just dominated the lane.
30 seconds to battle.
This time on a Morphling, it argues probably a little bit harder than, say, a Void who has Time Warp. But only time will tell.
I like that they're already kind of switching that out. Miracle's better off up against another safe laner, as we saw last time as well. He played Void against PL, this time he's playing Morphling up against Slark. Still not the cleanest lane if Gabby is going to be traded, although it looks like TNC knows what's up. They're switching Gabby out as well.
They definitely don't want to have that that bad matchup again. Definitely not this time. I mean, we saw it last game, they didn't switch and they suffered. Good option anyway. Well, actually, mid lane Armel, we're going to go for a very early creep pull here. In Your Dream, going to try and harass him out with Shadow Poison, and it looks like he will have Jokam pulling the creep wave away from the T1 tower. Are you really going to stack these creeps up like this? He is. He's a double stack now, but he is taking a lot of damage from In Your Dream.
Thought you had that, didn't you?
Your Dream really trying to slow this down as Aston stacking up on In Your Dream, but that'll be the first one coming out. I think he understood he probably was going to die there, but he wants to set up the creep equilibrium lane for himself. Problem was Jokam was there on the Rubik, and he's kind of set it so it still works out for the Queen of Pain.
That was a really good read coming out from T1. This is something Bristlebacks do like to do. It's always that first mana pool that's key with Bristleback. You don't find that killed, you do manage to delay the wave. It kind of equalized with Jokam. In the end, you're not getting anything. Armel is stuck here with a few EXP points in, and IYD's just straight into level 2.
Yeah, it's a really good idea from Armel. Not really panning out the way he would have liked, but he will find the third creep wave. Jokam's going to stick around on the position for Rubik. I guess the one thing... Tim's.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Courier for himself. Armel finds one as well. And good item from one of those couriers. I know that. A lot of regen was available, one of them. now Polson's going to join into Armel.
Jadi farming
You know, the thing is with this strategy, the farm escalates really quick as a bristleback if you just keep doing this. You're not really missing any CS. And the thing is, it seems as though T1 knows how to deal with it, though top lane, or rather bot lane Miracle, really sitting around up being top lane Gabby. Gonna be chased down by Martin Slark. Looks like he'll be okay. Look back to Armel now. He's the one that sold off QT2. That'll give a kill away to Paulson. Is he really going to continue to reset himself like this? Because I feel like it's not going to be as effective as you would think.
It really depends on how confident he feels now. He does have a bottle up and running, so he has a little bit more region to play with. Is at level 3, does have level 2 full sprays up, so he can kind of pump the damage back to IYD. Now IYD lost his courier last season. He has a bit of a window where he can apply a bit more harassment there. Courier does respawn, he's able to fly out what he needs. Looks like he is just going to wait for the bottle gold though. A little bit more waiting for IYD still. Armel with full mana, full HP, bottle charges up. Is going to be happy to just play the lane normally. Or is
Armel's not.
No.
Armel is going straight towards that wave behind. He's going to do it again. Without the courier, and your dream has no region. It's kind of stuck.
His courier might die again. Does stop it this time.
How do you get it past Armel?
dapat 2 aktif 4 labu
Yeah.
4 ada
Well, now you could.
Walu.
Quickly bring it over. Your dream just going to be sitting there very low. March will rotate down the Keeper of the Light, but Paulson is also going to rotate off the touchdown.
full tanpa dipotong.
Oh no, this play, even though it doesn't look amazing for Armel, he does now have 20 last hits, and to make matters even worse for T1, look at Miracle on the North lane. He's not having the best of times. He is struggling with a bit.
Nah, kayaknya kamu tembak monster oke. Nyawa bisa tag full orang mati tim lane full.
12-0.
Cepat mending sini.
They have kind of left Miracle to handle this lane by himself up against Nature's Prophet. He can really punish him when he shifts into any of his forms, and he just does a lot of damage. He has to summons as well. It's hard for Miracle to really sustain that lane. I'm surprised he's actually even finding it. It's
pull away. They're pulling away from 2 lanes now.
Mana supaya main kayak angel di tebak ya. Kamu udah mah supaya main kali. Dapat 2.
But he also dies, and that is going to be a lot of XP being denied.
Definitely. It's really ought to stop this because I'm sure you're finding last hits in Bristle. You take a look at the your dream. He's a tricky team.
Worthy Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Behind. 26 last hit, sure. But that's still a massive amount behind it. Queen of Pain, although I don't believe there's really too much Armel can do now. He is at level 5. This is the point where he's normally. And it does look like they are switching out to kind of apply that pressure normally, give their side lanes a bit more support. Gabby, again, on that Slark. If you thought Miracle was doing that, Gabby's attack a bit more. So you're going to need to help out your own Slark, find that early farm.
Rev's not making any moves forward again on the Centaur and just continues to dish out harassment onto Gabby. Catch up. Mid lane is still Paulson and Tim have joined in once again. They are really not allowing Armel any space. He's still yet to hit level 6. He should with this large range creep though. In your dream may go to deny. He does not. March on the Keeper of the Light.
Radiant's top tower is under
game
attack.
plan here for Forever. He sees March,
just some former teammates, you know, rough play there. Still, it's not really sort of killing. just taking this opportunity. They know that TNC is just trying to steer not going to too many opportunities to find those cores out. Gabby is just in a rough spot, right? He's walking back to base. He's going to be able to TP back in, but the farm game for both these possible cores has been on the backseat. Miracle's not doing great, Gabby's not doing great. The focus has been on IYD and Armel, and to an extent, KP and Forev. But these two cores, these two cost ones, they don't flash. You can argue that the Slard can clear fast. He certainly can, but he's level 4. Level 6.
Radiant structures are fortified.
By Tims. Looks like they won't really be able to structure the farm. Miracle just gets back to farming. It's going to be okay. You already mentioned the level difference. There's 2 levels difference between these ponds. And in fact, we should just have a look at those hero levels right now. And, as you can see, it's really favorable kind of T1. So you do have 3 cores above that level 6 mark. For TNC, they only have 2. And that does matter quite substantially.
Definitely. I think the game plan for TNC is to try to mitigate her losses. They have invested heavily on our
Iya bos sangat.
He won't
Did you
need to commit it.
forget your safe word?
We'll just go ahead and scream again.
In your death.
That's going to be a killing spree now for In Your Dream. And, you know, John, you said he does play a very nice game when we were in the drafting phase. If you're going to feed him kills like this as well, you know, he's top of the net worth board right now. This is not safe for GNC.
No, definitely not safe. They're really going to need a return on that investment on Armel. Again, they spent a lot of that early game there. They have actually...
Alah. Aduh, kolong.
They get a nice pickup for themselves and even find a shovel on their way out. Except they're going to try and set up for that top T1 tower. However, will be able to
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trying to give Armel some Armel will be able to clean him up with the crystal ball. And I don't believe they'll be able to actually defend this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
On the brighter side, however, Miracle is all the way
Kayak malah
down
Miracle
by
free
himself,
farming
and he
ini,
will
sorry.
be able to just clear out that T1 and get both bounty rooms.
The seeds of war.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Right? Like, his Slark has been left alone while all that engagement was happening. So this time distraction is time and space for both our tier for both of our boss ones.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
And it's still a catch-up game for both. They are still heavily behind everyone else, heavily behind every single core. Although you are starting to see some of that investment in Armel really start to pay off. He just
Dyer's
about to
top
finish
tower is under attack.
one of his build-up to his level damage is flying out first. So he's just going to be that much tankier, that much harder to deal with. I think there's a lot more for TNC to play with.
I take it back one.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling. Radiant structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, both side lanes have lost their own T1s. And again, on the brighter side for T1, they are getting Miracle quite a bit of free farm. Gabby is just right now. I suppose clearing out stacks is almost as good. level right now. I kind of expected he would be a bit more aggressive trying team fights, especially with Sonic Wave, but we haven't really seen him commit it yet. We're almost 12 minutes into the game, and he's currently up top farming again.
It's been a rather big slowdown here from T1. They had a lot of kills earlier on. That was more in response to TNC playing really far forward, I think. And T1
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Fine. I think they're kind of jumping with Arno again. He's a bit tanky. They don't quite have as much sustainable burst. They do not have any strict cooldowns to play around. They're sure they can some wave up, but they're not really pressured to use every single time. But I think that's
just in case he just needs to, but his team almost dies in the process of them waiting for it. Or at least they do get the arm no kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Instead, they should be able to
Dire structures are fortified.
this bot is
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
yeah, that's going to be a nice pickup for T1. Set the pace like this last time as well. Slowly clearing out the slowly clearing out.
Radiant's bottom tower is fortified.
Just start farming up and shutting down the map. TNC, they've got to find a way of getting control back. We still are waiting for a lot of things to come online. Gabby still hasn't finished up that Diffusal Blade just yet. And we have the blink up on Tim's though. So we have that opportunity with a big Echo Slam to really make plays. I think we should be expecting TNC to start the initiative soon.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
might have his chance very, very soon. It's forever. Don't want to allow Forever to have a great game like he did last time around. Oh no, he's taking the front line. They just
Dire's middle tower has
do not
fallen.
have big team fight spells to play with. Letting the Chronosphere, nothing like the Egg to really time himself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Potential in the big 5v5s. This time around, TNC has superior control with that Will-O-Wisp. One is going to have to bleed some ground.
Joe Cam. A little bit out of position. Do you have an observer what's scouting him out? Joe Cam, he does see Armel.
I'll take that.
Green.
You never felt my shit, did you?
Get on the Earthshaker. Just getting in there with the Bishop, the Enchant Totem, and the Echo.
Bounty.
Perma stunning away the pain, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
It's a really big pickoff for TNC, just managed to get that big target. And T1 now are on the back foot. Like, they had the kill advantage, they had a 1 game effort advantage, which wasn't too much. That has swung back to TNC, now less than 1 favor. And they really need to kind of try to touch it. Still waiting for although Armel is talking to them.
Here comes KP. Does have the Spirit Vessel on now the problem.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But KP, it's a Sprout. Waveform is.
Warriors of the wood.
To be in all fairness though, Gabby has had time now, but he has a Diffusal Blade up.
Tuh kan,
Looks like we
gunakan
may
skill
start
sana.
seeing the Slark
Networknya
get a
menang.
little bit aggressive with his team if he really wants to. They have found an invis.
Gara-gara Tenten gocek creep mas.
Armel will be the one to pick that one up, but I wouldn't blame them for starting a team fight. They're going straight to Forever again on that second. They won't quite catch him out of position. Cool down for another 30 seconds. Pulse will help him out with the Decrepify.
Crimson God. Hah?
Moving around, it could be a huge team fight if they so wish. The echoes and it's like it's a time the team wants to try. Just how do you initiate onto that high ground? Try the smoke.
Aman sih mana Santi.
Well, no one's just constantly ensuring they can't make their way up. That outpost. Now they're does break his smoke and jump in. No, again, not really the target you want to go for. Team 1, looks like they're done with this. They just could not find the opening.
Mantap. Mantap. Mantap.
They did not save the lid.
Mantap. Kebilang.
Very early on.
Ada profile main.
The first team.
Mantap.
Well, that was happening bot lane. They're both fun to go. Teams once again on the earth stage, just cleaning up that support tunnel.
Double
Having
time.
a lot of issues here. TNC definitely starting to pick up that.
Forest mati.
Dire's bottom tower has
It's
fallen.
now 7-7. More importantly, TNC with the 3.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kuning Forest. Walah kena gigi mati.
Dire's courier
They even found Miracle's courier, which did have his dive.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Team 1, they just really aren't getting any breathing.
Roket masuk. Saya teriakin.
He'll just shut it down and try to fight back. TNC.
Saya kelihatan. Tambah kiper terbaik.
They've got some control on the map. They've got some network lead. They're super confident. They're smoking up. They want to keep that aggression up. They know they can find more.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is
The wave will come out in time. I guess at least they found the nation of They are still very, very far behind in this game.
That's for me.
Thanks away, but now they know the console pull down. Tim,
are scanning.
it's getting harder and harder as time goes on.
They're relying largely on Merrick. He's just not online. He's not ready yet. He has a Yasha. That's it. He's slowly working towards finishing up that Manta.
He gets a sense.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Off the ground, the Armel instead on the bristleback.
Dire's top tower bottom
That
tower
net worth
has
lead is
fallen.
only going higher and higher for TNC.
They've managed to really wrestle control away from T1. They've shut down this
Dyer's
Morphling
bottom tower
entirely.
is under
You're
attack.
not going to be seeing too much impact from Miracle at this point. He just does not have the tools to get that done. He is very close to the Manta style. As mentioned, that's not going to be enough. He needs a lot more to get going, and we've got a lot out of our Mel. That is going to be working up into his AC squishy target. You need to go for March, even KP if you can, burst him down, and Tim's on the hydrophone.
Dyer's top tower has fallen. Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
March just keeping fueled up with that tougher magic. Well, Miracle, he does finally finish off a mad style, but that's not exactly the answer you need yet.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has
T2
fallen.
mid tower gonna go down. Well, in your dreams, still trying to farm up an Orcus. Really not having as good of a game as you would have expected, considering the start he had.
Damage from IYD. They've got the Stampede, I suppose. We haven't seen the biggest turnarounds from Jokan. He has been trying to still for a wisp. He's used it pretty technical at times. It's just not enough so far. He wants to turn these engagements, and TNC is now very confident in just playing aggressive.
Oh yes. Checker again, the one to pick it up. They just have full map right now. Like they TP up to the top outpost. In your dream, did spot it out, so he will at least run away in time. But Gabby is on the chase with his own Shadow Blade. Your dream will show mid. No fear. Playing a game of cat and mouse between these two. E1 is certainly
Still need a lot more to get done here. Take a look at in your dream. As you mentioned, Orchid still trying to finish that up. He is just about 2 components away, so it's fairly close, but doesn't know it's getting there fast enough. And then the damage output's just not going to be enough to burst down any of these heroes. They've got solutions to that silence as well, as long as Gabby, for example, has a Dark Pack running beforehand. Orchid really won't do anything to keep that Slark in place.
Even having a look at a bit of Miracle, he's going for an Aghanim Scepter straight after the Manta. I kind of question the same thing. Are they going to have enough damage going for that Ags build? Well, me and trying to find out is it's a correct call out mid lane.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a TNC. They will go to the high ground.
Structures are fortified. Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
T1 can
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen. Dyer's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
It looks like Miracle is just trying to get back. And in fact, Miracle has found quite a bit of gold in that small amount of time he had. He's very, very close to getting the full Ags upgrade.
Galaxies
Could be
unseen.
enough with the Earthshaker. I still question it myself, but you never know.
I think the big issue for T1 with the Morphling is that if you are looking to morph into Tim's, always back. You never have vision of him. There's never an opportunity to get the safety, morph into him, get the combination off, get the damage out. It's just not there. This Ags should allow them a little bit more flexibility at the very least. Can morph into 60k, or you can morph into the Pugna for double Nether Ward to prevent high ground to dissuade them. Drops very fast, so that is something that T1 can play with, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough just yet. I don't see the damage output changing. I can still see the control from TNC playing a big factor here onto Miracle. He's still not going to be comfy to take the front lines in these fights. He's still going to have to be very cautious in how these engagements go.
Shadow Blade on the Earthshaker. You see the Aegis now expiring on Gabby, so you won't have that available for your next high ground attempt. TNC may play very carefully and wait out that next Roshan.
Sentry of apa?
Snark had his way with you.
Let's get to it now.
Bit more control for T1. He really needs an escort.
process for TNC. They are not able to claim that
The seeds of
the
fortune.
racks, I'm trying to say, in the mid lane. They did get the tier 3.
New generation!
You have
There's no safe room for them to be at. There's nowhere that TNC can't jump them in. Got no vision on the map as well. TNC just has complete control on where T1 can be in. There's just nowhere to be. Miracle does have the Ags up. We have that Ags available for the morph that you can now find the Shaker. That's going to be really useful for that. If not, you have the options of, again, just turning into the Pugna, spamming out those nether mobs here. Net Blast is nice for the quick, although there's a smoke now from T1.
Dire are scanning.
There is, but you know, finding that Earthshake is going to be that much harder as a Shadow Blader. Tim's obviously going to be very well aware that, you know, the Morphling will want to try and find. There's smoke around in your dream. Try and bait outside of TNC, and TNC is certainly moving their way towards Gabby. We're running with the Shadow Blade, and it is actually.
I do.
Find that keeper of the line. It wouldn't be a good team fight without one. Now Miracle, he does actually have the BTS more, so can start making a few plays with that. It's not going to last too much longer, but you'd argue that it's a very, very nice team fight if you are team 1.
Yeah, I think
Radiant's top tower is under
TNC
attack.
there was that
Radiant
I
structures are
believe
fortified.
Gabby was playing drop hot potato, which was constantly dropping it on the ground and picking it back up.
Radiant's
That
top tower
did
has
give an
fallen.
opening for T1. He wasn't quite focused there. His one is hard. And that does give T1 some breathing room now. Not a great amount. You know, it's not like they've turned the tide just yet. It's still a deficit in favor of TNC, but they have managed to at least clear out that one tier 1 up top.
Radiant's
Got a
top
nice
tower
kill for
is
their
under
troubles,
attack.
and they have a little bit of space to farm up in.
Could be dangerous for TNC though, giving that kind of space away. But now you feel like you can actually try to defend Roshan the next time TNC goes for it. Roshan will be another 50 seconds away. And if you're T1, you almost certainly want to
Dire
try and go
are
for that
scanning.
counter. Like you can't really allow TNC to just pick it up. TNC, they're just going to hang around that Roshan pit. They're not taking any risks. And they know exactly what's up. Gonna find a solo kickoff onto the Queen of Pain and Miracle. They won't find him. They didn't have the vision of the TP
Dire's
happening.
courier has been killed.
I thought they may be trying to go after Arvel on the boost back, but then again, it is Arvel on the boost back. They won't bother even trying.
Just way too big of a target, and really good punishment coming out from TNC, just removing some of that confidence from T1, punishing out that very far movement from IYD, does allow them to go into the wall. You need to contest that. This is just rush. TNC's second rush of the game, so that's up as well. I don't know how to do this. Eventually the keys on Armel. You cannot get a second life on
Fallen to the Radiant.
They have to. Gabby will have the Aegis, Armel will take the cheese. Immediate smoke. TNC, this could be the end of the game coming out. Just with one successful team fight. There's really not many buybacks available on the map right now. In fact, the only people that do have buyback is In Your Dream and Miracle. Gabby.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Also doesn't have
Dire's
buyback.
top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tim's just not allowing him to get back.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. The Radiant now have many.
As your own damn
It's been called. They know the game.
They did the same thing to Gabby's Slark, but the Slark takes, it doesn't take as much time for the Slark to come back in, doesn't take as much gold for the Slark to be effective. Morphling
kan. Yang ketiga ya. Langsung bae entak. Ya. Polisi, sebentar.
TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban.
Mulai. Game ketiga, game terakhir.
10
in
seconds
game number
remaining.
2, and they were just setting the pace from the get-go.
5
So
seconds
I
remaining.
think both of them look impressive. I would have to say that at the very least T1 finished faster, if that matters to anyone at all. I think in the end both of them are fairly evenly matched. Gonna be interesting to see whether or not T1 does something like, you know, maybe ban out the Keeper of the Light or the Bristleback, because that's something TNC falls back to a lot. Yeah, I think just taking those options away should force TNC to shake it up a bit for T1 if they want to kind of achieve that.
Yeah, I mean, so it's going to be an interesting game. Something we can say for sure. It should be a very fun one, and both teams have learned
Dire
quite a
team
lot
ban.
about each other. as this
TNC
series has gone
Predators
on.
turn to
We
pick.
see the Pugna finally banned out from TNC. They don't want to have to deal with that again from Pulse, and I can't blame them, as even if they did win that
Dire
game
team
one.
pick.
Oh, sorry.
Keeper of the light.
Infuriating.
In
T1
the
got rid of
spirit.
Bristleback, but TNC don't care. They go into the
Keeper ngapa ora di
line
ban ya
anyway.
Astaga
T1
Dragon.
they will respond with an Ember Spirit pickup.
That's
Ngomong
that's fair
mau
enough. I
ganggu
think the
terus
Ember
Keeper.
Spirit into the Keeper of the Light
Ping telu berarti wis
can
cukup
be
Keeper.
rather annoying for the Ember Spirit. You really have to be cautious about that
10
wisp
seconds
usage,
remaining.
so you have to always be aware for that keeper is, if possible, perhaps take them out
5
first.
seconds remaining.
In big team fights. Beyond that,
TNC
Amber's Bridge
Predators
just such a
turn.
solid port. We keep seeing it banned out first. T1 does go for the Death Prophet next, so it does look like we are going to be seeing either a safe lane Ember or something a bit silly with that Ember Spirit, or something a bit silly with that DP. Still, flexibility is there for T1
Thinking orang
if they want to throw these guys into different
Mau
roles.
naik,
And that DP pickup should give T1 a way of
10
pushing down
seconds
towers now
remaining.
as well. You are going to be tied into that cooldown with the exorcism.
5
But
seconds
we have seen
remaining.
T1 play around those cooldowns quite fine in game 1, so I don't doubt that they should be able to make that work for themselves here in the last.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the DP was banned down in game 1 and 2, and I think this time around it was the Pugna they chose to get rid of instead of the Death Prophet, so T1 just switch it up with that. More importantly, I wonder what TNC do without this Bristleback. Both of the first games did have Armel's Bristle. This time, that option is no longer available. They won't be able to have those shenanigans in the mid lane where they were just kind of going behind the T2 tower and just completely skipping.
TNC Predators turn.
Legion Commander!
Go for a Legion Commander instead.
Yes, of course,
Love to
I
see it.
know.
It's a solid cord to have. Still, I think there's still a lot of
Of
value
course.
in the Legion Commander,
Wait a
especially with
second.
how both teams have been playing. With the aggression they've been pumping out, you can see the LC really start to build
Yes,
up.
of course.
If you find
I
those
know, I
early
know.
kills,
You must
it's really
wait.
solid in any lane
10
as well.
seconds
Overwhelming odds
remaining.
and the sustain you get from your spells means that it's going to be hard to shove that
5
LC
seconds
out.
Yes,
remaining.
yes.
Should be reasonably fine for the LC to trade farm at the very least here.
Should be. Yeah, the LC is such a strong. Well, like it's very
Dire
hard to
team
win
back.
a lane up against the Legion Commander. Never really ends up losing.
Dire
lanes.
team pick.
So much sustain on this hero. It almost kind of reminds you of like an Omni Knight who can just continuously heal up, but you just can't really do anything about it. Still T1 with their third pickup as the bans came out rather quickly.
TNC
Which one of these
Predators
four is
turn.
gonna be supports? Well, T1, they do pick up a Tusk now, so there's the POS 4 coming out. Still not really revealing what's going on with this Ember and Death Prophet.
I mean, for T1, you have the flexibility of having both of them as core anyway, if you're absolutely confident. Ember on safe, DP, or maybe DP off, Ember mid.
10
Something
seconds
like
remaining.
that. You do have that flexibility, of course. You can see maybe
5
support
seconds
Ember
remaining.
Spirit, I believe that is somehow a thing in some circles. And the Death Prophet support is something we've seen before. That is something they could work out. I think they could just hold on to that flexibility until later on. Try to suss out what exactly TNC does, which does give T1 a bit more to play with. At the very least, they are keeping TNC on their toes, trying to work out what they do want for their matchup.
Okay, cool. TNC using a hell of a lot of reserve time.
Dire team
This
pick.
26 seconds left. They do go back into the Tim Snapfire. Interesting pick to say the least. Of course, Tim's. We saw him last game on his signature Earthshaker. Really, I wouldn't want to say carrying the game, but man, he was setting up so many kills for his team, making it very difficult for T1. Will he be able to repeat
10
the
seconds
performance
remaining.
on this hero, the Snapfire? Because game 1 we saw it. Really,
5 seconds
while he
remaining.
was doing well, it just didn't seem to be enough.
Definitely. I think, again, you have that solid combination of the Keeper of Light. You have an easy way of guaranteeing those Legion Commander duel wins now. As long as you have level 6 in the snap, duel goes off, Mortimer's Kiss is on that target. You are going to win that duel no matter what. So this does help the Legion Commander escalate quite fast. I think you get a lot of value from that combination there. It's a solid here to have. I don't think T1 really has anything to take away from that snap, from that utility you're getting from the Snapfire. The Ember Spirit's the only real hero that could reach to that backline to that Mortimer's Kisses channel if you want it to stop
TNC
the
Predators turn.
Just really just ignore it completely, and T1 does bring out the Undying itself. So they've got this great hero that can be in front, that can sap away the strength, can be really disruptive with a Tombstone, has a great heal and nuke in that Soul Rip, and of course the Golem can be nice for a bit more
10
debuffs
seconds
going on
remaining.
to the game. It does have a bit of a timer though. You want to play aggressive
5
early on
seconds
to
remaining.
leverage its huge early game potential. You don't want to taper off too hard with that, and it certainly is kind of showing us that the Ember Spirit and DP are more than likely going to be cores.
Okay. I mean, that's definitely kind of confirmed now with T1, which makes enough sense. They're both very, very powerful pickups anyway,
Dire
so you don't
team
really care
back.
too much about first pick from those two.
Queen
TNC,
of
they do go into the Queen of Pain, so now Armel will take the reins of the Quab. We saw it last game. Your dream. We thought he was going to have a good time. He did not. That being said, however, there isn't... I say there's not too much to lock her down. You do have the Chains of the Ember and the silence of
10
the Death
seconds
Prophets.
remaining.
TNC Predators
Somewhat
turn to
concerning
ban.
for this Queen of Pain, because you definitely have the answers.
You do have certain ways of keeping her in place. At the very least, it's not instantaneous. It's not the most reliable as well. So as long as you're not caught out immediately after blinking, there should be a window where you can kind of play around with that at early on when damage isn't too high.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be interesting to see this
TNC
one from
Predators
TNC. I
turn
think this
to
does
pick.
give them a lot more aggression. Their lineup is looking like can come online fast. They just want to run you down very early on, hit their level 6s, get early duel wins, have their Queen of Pain come in with a Sonic Wave, clear out waves, clear out towers fast. I think the only thing we're looking for from TNC now is something to help them get a push going, because these heroes don't necessarily
10
have the
seconds
worst times
remaining.
pushing out the tower, but they certainly aren't the fastest ones. Well,
5
if they
seconds
get an
remaining.
offlaner that can perhaps give them a little bit more push. Maybe see that NP coming out again from KP. I think you'd get a lot of value from that instead.
Dire team
Shift out the
pick.
lanes if you want to go for that route. Go to Morphling instead. Once more, it looks to be a fairly game at the very least. You know, again, with a lack of instantaneous stuns, there are ways for Morphling to kind of play around there. It has to worry about the Death Prophet silence, but that's a heavily telegraphed spell. Have a lot of leeway here
10
with how you
seconds
juggle the
remaining.
T1, one final pick. They don't even think
Riki.
too far
You
about
may
it. They
now
go for the
select
Riki.
your heroes.
That is one way to lock this Morphling down. Diffusal, smoke screen should be more than enough. And it also deals with the essence shift very nicely. Or sorry, the attribute shift quite nicely from Gabby. Overall, John, both drafts are done. Who do you think has the better looking draft in your personal opinion?
It's hard for me to pinpoint down. I want to say TNC is actually looking a bit stronger here. I just feel like the potential that they can pump out with the LC Snap and Queen, along with the Keeper of Light once they have that Will-O-Wisp up, is pretty darn strong. T1 doesn't have too shabby of a team fight, but they are lacking a bit in control. They're going to be relying on landing those chains and having Forev always hit the silence on that DP and having Jokam around for that snowball, which again, none of them are instantaneous. You could see moments where Armel and Gabby can just kind of slip out. And of course, you have to buy time for Miracle to get big. We've seen this with Ricky's. They do take a while to really come into their own. Everyone's going to have to play that delaying game with the rest of their heroes while that happens.
Fence here with this. I think T1 looks a bit better, but it's hard to say. I agree with you. They both look kind of pretty good. Still, we will find out. This is game number 3 of this best of 3 in TNC Predator versus T1. I mean, this series has looked so even as the games really could just go either way. It seems as though it's just about who has the better start, because every single game we have seen, the person who
Prepare
does
for
win out
battle.
the first 10-15 minutes tends to just carry the game through all the way to the end.
Definitely. It really just gets dictated by that laning phase into that early mid game. I think that's what really dictates who has to play the catch up, who can
Why prolong the inevitable?
start setting the pace of the game themselves, start forcing out the movements themselves. Like it's really that early part of the game that's important, and it's going to be interesting to see. Like Paulson right now is up top of Miracle, although it looks like that's a dual lane that really doesn't give me too much confidence. Ricky Undying just
Seems
doesn't
weird.
sound potent. There's no synergy there, no direct synergy.
But if you do rotate the Tusk up with tag team and you get a few decay stacks off, it does seem like it could get a few kills for them.
30 seconds to battle. There will be pain. There will be
I
screaming.
don't really know if it's going to be enough. I guess we're going to have to find out. The thing is, the press the attack is so much more effective when you get decayed. You can just basically heal up to full and just wait for it to wear off.
Again, that's one of the things with if you can heal through it, then it actually gives you a lot more value from your healing. It just brings you back full very fast. At the very least, T1 does get a good amount of runes for themselves. 3-1.
Good. We do see already JoeCam is going to rotate up, and it's the Tusk. You have level 1 tag team, you want to make as much use of it as possible early on, because that's really when it's most powerful. For now, he will go to the mid lane. JoeCam looks to try and see if he can find this Queen of Pain courier coming out early on. And it looks like it is on its way, but he has left. On TP down to the bot lane, where he'll try to assist bot lane DP up against TNC Gabby. Probably going to see a lot of focus slowing down Gabby as we saw in the other one. He's almost going to go down, but not quite there. He doesn't really have a salve, so he will have to just slowly heal up with the headdress and the tangos.
This combination from T1 isn't the most synergistic, but you can really make it work once you apply those slows on. Once you have at least level 2 on the DP, I think, with the level in Spirit Siphon, you can really just dive in, find those kills. It's really hard for them to kind of counterplay that bar from TNC. Okay?
Chasing this Ricky Courier. He does not find it, and he's taking a lot of T1 tower damage. Miracle with some very nice micro. As he's going for CS underneath his own T1. That was quite beautiful to watch. KP getting a little bit too excited. Out of the lane. Paulison trying to harass out March a bit on the Keeper of the Light. Trying to be as disruptive as possible. The one thing is, the Ricky really doesn't enjoy going up against the Keeper of the Light in lane, because that blinding light just makes it so hard to secure any form of CS.
Yeah, it's one of the things that the Ricky is gonna lose out on. At the very least, you can still play with your Blink Strike, I believe. I believe does the ticket cast it, at least the bonus damage you first get. Can kind of play with that. It's a very tight window for it, though. It's not much damage. Really something that will slow down Miracle a bit, although he has been kind of left alone. They're not seeing the pressure coming out from AP at the very least.
Mid lane. Pain up against In Your Dream. In Your Dream, considering the matchup is having a decent time so far, basically just trailing in CS by a couple. It's to be expected though. It's very hard to fight into a Queen of Pain with
Radiant's courier has been killed.
You can really do a flame guard through it. You won't really have the chains till later on to really try and do it more effectively.
At the very least, you can try to turn your Sleight of Fist around, but then you have to choose whether to try to dodge the Scream or the Dagger. And I think overall, you're going to be happy to just trade the farm here. It's a slight lead for Armel, but it's not like IYD is completely behind just yet, although the denies Armel has. It's going to make it a bit rougher here for IYD.
That'll just stop anything, although Paulson is still thinking about pop a mango, but doesn't make anything of it as KP will just continue to taunt. Really all he can do. Doesn't really have much lane control, but will also just commit the overwhelming odds and try and secure CS that way. It's a little bit afraid. Forward again, and there's Paulson. Showing up, spamming decay, and KP just doesn't feel confident to really move forward onto those creeps.
Yeah, it's once those do stats.
Perhaps the will take
rotate over just to ensure the Ember is going to survive. So it will come out just to ensure it. And so that was meant to be a first blood on the Ember. However, Armel does jump back in after In Your Dream gets a nice Shadow Strike off. Your Dream may actually be dead this time. Then again, Paulson is still around. No ID, still running. Looks like he will survive.
Just on the edge there, but he is forced to back off now. He can get back in at the very least. This is going to give Armel a little bit more time down mid to give himself a lot more to play with. Once he hits his level 6 ahead, that could be enough for him to really commit to IYD if it's just a bit.
TP back to the lane. Doesn't want too much time, but does want very safe CS. Now he's going to team. Harass him out a little bit with the flame guard, but Armel's not too afraid. Harass him back. He's available. He's not doing it out. But now he does get it out. It's not going to be enough. The
Radiant's
one-siders
courier
were there
has
from
been killed.
IYD. Another fight breaking here. Now they're going to KP where JoCam has joined in. They won't be able to secure the LC kill. But that is going to make it a 0-2 now for T1.
Again, finding those early laning calls so far, they do have a 1k lead, not the most massive. That farm order,
Heavy goes down solo. That is terrible news. Now, Martin goes down to Paulson. JoCam is stuck around the task. Moving forward a little bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Probably wants to go after that tombstone. KP set on it. It does get a bit of gold out of that tombstone.
No, you don't.
This is going to be a bit of an issue for TNC. 4F is at level 6 now. Pops the Exorcism is going to be forced to but they have to slow that down. I don't think that's actually going to stop the burst from getting it that way.
Coming out the another support rotation from TNC. In fact, it's Armel joining in from the Queen of Pain. I don't believe they'll make the dive while the Exorcism is still going. They may have to just wait that out for him. It's about to wear off. Does he back up? He gets a range creep and he does.
They forced out the response from TNC, so that means Armel is going to have to work his way back in. It does give some time. Just get some catch-up farm of his own. That does give him some space to self-defense, but it doesn't take too long for the team to come back in.
Armel. His way back. So it should just be perfectly fine. You don't have the silence yet on Forever to really just keep still.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
To really carry this game through for TNC.
Haste.
JoCam now. Gonna get. The shotgun coming out from Tim's will be enough.
There will be
using the sonic wave up, and he did need a support rotation from Tim's.
Yeah,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Punish that movement from JoCam. Still, you have to worry about that progression on the Morphin. Free up that lane once more, and 4F just comes in and starts to apply that pressure Gabby. Play around with his agi strength ratio and isn't really finding for the
Let us fight!
It's just another great setup here from JoCam with Tusk. Just the combination of the underlying Tusk really paying off for T1. As tanky as the LC is, you just can't sustain.
Yeah, you can't really expect too much from the LC at this point. They can just press the attack and try to heal up, but The damage isn't there, the pressure isn't there, they have to pull up, they're not fighting as well.
He doesn't have solar ring, but it won't matter. They don't have the damage.
Oh,
That is concerning.
That was a massive committal as well to try to find that. That was tough.
Flying through in your dream actually goes down to the Illuminate and the
Got it.
Ember like that. Just gonna get 3-2 Miracle on the Ricky. It seems as though every time Joe Cam's around the area,
Dire's
with that
bottom
level 2
tower
tag
is
team,
under
it's just
attack.
a very, very easy kill.
It really just works quite nicely with Ricky's kit, amping up his damage, giving him a nice flow to control people into the tricks of the trade, getting a lot of value from that kind of combination. One has been making good work of his so far. I would like to see a little bit more guided aggression from TNC. Again, KP's had that duel for a while. He needs to get those early duel wins in. You do have
Radiant's top
his
tower
attack on
is under
Tim's,
attack.
so that should be a much more straightforward process now, as long as you have these two heroes together.
Smoke up from Armel. Tim's and Gabby are also going to be there.
They do get the bigger heroes in exchange. They finally do manage to get a dual win onto KP, so all things do. One, not happy about how
that may not be so lucky. Now Gabby's kind of alone.
I'm sorry, Mortimer.
I believe Gabby was perfectly fine. So, maybe a bit of a misplay there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The secondary kill now to T1.
Yeah, just a bit of a misstep. Like, the moment Gabby was pretty far left already, managed to reach close to that ramp. There's no real need to be there. I don't think the chase was going to be expended by T1. When Joe Cam was up with the tag team. And that does just give a bit of a kill to T1 nonetheless. At the very least, it's just, you know, it's just Tim's. He's not worth too much yet. Way, but T1
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's out just before the snowball comes in. Joe Cam. They will not be able to defend this bot T1 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Get that bonus gold for himself. They ASAP, and I can't blame them. Like, he's already 3-0 with 4 assists. He just needs that robot, the Magi, to have the full defusal up. And that's the point where things start to get really silly, right? Because as Armel or the Morphling, you can't walk out of the smoke screen when you're perched up.
No,
Dire's top
It's
tower
gonna be
is
a
under attack.
constant issue for you to be stuck there. Of course, that just allows the rest of the people to pile up on top of that. And KB is stuck in the middle wall.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures. Dire's top tower is fallen.
That T1 is a very, very valuable tower in the game. They already had found the dire side.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Taking the tower back to themselves.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Got that Diesel up on there. So he's
Worthy
ready to do his
tribute.
damage, he's ready to jump in. And compare that to Gabby on the Morphling. He only really has that Morbid Massive working towards the E-Blade straight up. But we're seeing that issue again with the Morphling. It just takes a while to build into where you're ready to fight. So TNC's just constantly trying to buy Gabby some time. He trying to play forward though. He has some help around. Darmel.
Could be a big kill. Range. He's so quick. As soon as he sees the waveform, he's out of there. And I think you needed to probably wait for KP. But the problem is KP doesn't have a blink up yet, so he can't really make it. Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they just allow it. There's just no point in
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's again giving T1 the control they like. They do really enjoy clearing out the bot lane first, getting control in that jungle and playing around that area. They set themselves up here. See TNC on that lower ground, I think. This is really the time to try to force something out though. One just gonna be happy with that. Of course, at the least, TNC is effectively using this time to farm up on RML and Gabby. They're gonna need to keep playing that farm game though. We'll slowly try to chip away in the remaining map control TNC has.
Speedy rune of haste.
Miracle is going straight into a BKB after the refusal. You know, BKB up, but I don't see how you kill him. Like, the only answer is really the LC gets a jewel off before he does pop the BKB. Essentially, RML's living completely useless in trying to take him out, and you know, with the shotgun build on the morph, I don't think it's going to work either.
No, it's going to be completely negated by this early pickup from Miracle. And he should be cleaned up soon. It's not the fastest pace, let's be frank. Rickies don't really flash farm too well. But if they just give this time away, TNC, and they will have to because they can't play aggressive, farming up, then you're going to be facing into that. You're not going to have any solution to that. You don't really have a way of stopping that item from going off.
Dire are scanning.
And as you mentioned, you're going to be relying on maybe just KP to get the control onto the Reiki, which he could do. Could have his Blink Dagger by then, but that's not exactly the cutest thing. So you're going to have to really be careful about that one. Be able to get a decent timing there on Miracle. Not only that, but you've already got IYT. He finished up his Spirit Vessel upgrade earlier on. Should have what looks like now as well, so his damage just immediately shoots up from that as well. We have Forev who's working towards what looks to be, I believe, his Ewel's into the BKB, so he's gonna have a BKB on that EP as this game goes on, and you're just gonna lack the control to get these heroes down. That combo Mortimer just won't do anything at that point.
Definitely won't. Inside of T1, just gonna.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
TNC forced to stick together as they have smoked up now. Just gotta wait for this blink dagger to be available. They just kind of set up to defend the T2 mid if necessary. T1 aren't going to make the push quite yet. They're going to take their time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
2-for-2 trade on the bounty. This 5k net worth. As time goes on, it does get worse and worse for this very inside. Like, I don't think it's together. Far more. Gabby to really get there.
There's no vision from T1. They're not in position to test this. Gun three at the very least. Can give them some leeway with Gabby's farm. That does give them a nice little gold protection as well. So, gonna be happy that overall T1. I know, sure, they give up that Roche. I don't think this is going to change anything. It's on Gabby anyway. Gabby has a fight for the most part. That means everyone else is still going to be susceptible to dying, as long as Tier 1 finds everyone else, which haven't really. They're taking their time here as well, slow down the pace. You do start to worry about T1's progression. You wonder about pulsing on the dying, rushing attacks. I think that's really the only way you kind of maintain the relevancy of this hero, but it's a slow build-up to me. It doesn't build up the abs fast enough. He does have that Philosopher's Stone for a little bit more gold on him, and there is a smoke now. T1 feeling confident going in. They do have the BKBs up.
Could be a big team fight. It's going to be a hard one for TNC to deal with, and Gabby, currently on the front lines, may not be expecting this, but at least he does have the Aegis up, so it's not necessarily going to be the target that we really want to do. They'd much rather Armel BKB. T1 just not
Behold, a subtle burn. The flames rush forward.
Just going to continue to keep these waves pushed in. This has full time for Gabby to have that full Ethereal blade now. So the supports of T1 are going to suffer. But you're at least going to be able to blow up one of these supports early as this team fight begins, when it does begin.
I love it when you resist.
That should at least burst them up. I'm not sure which one you go for. Like, both of them are kind of tanky sports. Undying and Tusk do have.
That does force out the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So that's gone now. Armel really had no choice in the matter. He was definitely dead had he not popped it.
Again, it's the only way for him to really maintain that relevancy.
Radiant
on that
structures are
having strong
fortified.
decay stacks to come
Radiant's
out,
middle
giving him a
tower
lot
is
more
under
experience
attack.
to play with as well. I don't blame him for that. It is a slow progress, but again, he has that Philosopher's Stone.
Gabby has no BKB, but doesn't need it.
Radiant's middle tower.
No, links in. BKB is on cooldown, however, KP gets silenced as he jumps in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think they did evenly, all things considered. That was support and an offlaner each going away on each
Worthy
side. So
tribute.
really even overall. Even the changes in gold and EXP have
Death
basically come out to
bounty
5K, 500 gold for TNC, 445 for T1, 0.3k XP for each side. Of course, TNC does get a little bit more at the very least.
Radiant are
it's
scanning.
very even on. So really even from both. I think neither side's going to be too upset. You did extend bigger cooldowns on the side of T1, but that fight went for so long that Forev has Exorcism back up anyway. They're going to have that option in the next fight. At the very least, they did take out the Aegis initially. Not going to have that tool anymore. Under Morphling, yeah, that is going to be just a little bit more vulnerable than you'd like.
Smoke will come out from T1.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Exorcism running really good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
A lot of ways for T1 to control that. And Gabby with just the E-Blade.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Saving up for his BKB. Isn't too far off. He's definitely going to need that for any sort
Dire's
of
top tower is under attack.
Tree line. The Armel Queen of Pain Tiki aren't in that same tree line, just next to each other. 7k lead now for T1. Even Joe Cam task going for an Agnem Scepter build. Smoke going to be broken on KP, and that is rather unfortunate. The shards just giving vision. Smoke will pan out to nothing.
I mean, TNC does play a little bit of a stalling game. They were the ones smoked up. I think they really just looked for a quick duel win with KP. Fortunately, not going to find that. Do need to get some. They have one nice lane for top, and some good jungle wards on bot lane, but not really deep. There's a lot of room there for T1 to play around. Not being spotted out. You could say the same for T1. They don't have the best vision in the world. They only have that one spot as well. They are just playing regardless. Just knowing that they have a bit of an advantage for them. They're feeling fairly confident. They know they can just it's defensive. You do finally see the Ags coming out in calls, and so prematurely does grab it thanks to his Philosopher's Stone, and that is going to give him a lot more value on his. It's going to make it a lot harder to kill off this guy. Just means he's going to be standing there with his flesh golem, doing a lot more than you
Dire's
expect.
top tower is under attack.
Flesh golem policy. They're going to move forward now. It'll be March that they find, and it's not really the kill they want, but can they even get it? So March is just way too quick with those tranquils, and he will outrun them. T1 set up for a tier 3 push, but they won't go for it. Again, maintaining control of that Radiant side jungle. TNC will occupy the Dire jungle while that's happening. Armel scouting out the next Roshan, but it is a minute and a half away until we do see. It's Gabby going for him, trying to pick up his own BKB.
Dire are scanning.
Not able to fight for that. T1 still in this pace of the game is giving a lot of opportunities to tier 1 to
Dire's
TNC
top
to
tower
jump
is under
their
attack.
build-ups. you delay a game, sure, it's fine, you're ahead 6k. Against Morphling space, just farm get his equipment ready.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Good spot to take these fights, he can stand for it. He's not going to be immediately controlled up or bursted down. He has some leeway to get the damage out now.
Smoke coming up from TNC now. Tims will take the really not making in terms of scaling it out. Nelly do spot out for Rev in that mid lane as VP. Mind you, you are fighting into a battle fury on Miracle on the list now, so it can be a little bit scary how much damage he can dish out with that tricks of the trade. Armel still moving forward. He does reveal the smoke with the scream on the creep wave.
Trickster's rune of illusion.
Can have a counter smoke. Will also reveal the smoke. I don't know if TNC's seen this. They head to the Roshan pit, which is actually up.
Dire's courier has been killed.
So Armel will just take it out. So now you kind of understand where TNC's positioning is.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The mid tier 2 going down thanks to Miracle, so he knew the Aegis was going. Just picks up the tower while he can. Secure the kill with Gabby. Now they go on to Jocam. And Jocam he will get blown up by the shotgun of Gabby. T1, they had a really significant net worth lead, but it is no longer existent. TNC take it back all the way their way.
Too bad!
TNC look to be the one to control this game.
We're at that point where the Morphling is pretty darn big. Gabby's pretty much set to just take over this game. He's building towards his Scotty now as well. You're looking at a Morphling who has managed to bounce back in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is
off with that spirit vessel onto Gabby. Trying to find another target on the Ricky to secure. A very forced team fight from TNC.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know if that's exactly what you want. It just didn't seem like they could the damage coming up from T1.
Yeah, that's just a bad fight to take in a really rough location. That was a really good tombstone drop coming out of Paulson. Just right up the hill, no vision there. They couldn't manage to clear it out. They did trade 2 heroes for that, but in the end they did take out 2 cores. They finished out the Aegis as well from Gabby. So that little bit of the goal there from TNC is gone. Although Gabby still does manage to finish up the Eye of Scotty anyway, so you're looking at a highly farmed Morphling in the end. It's still going to be a big hero to take out, but you're not going to have to deal with 2 lives on Gabby, and that should make the difference here for T1. They still are able to bring it back to TNC.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
Advantage for T1, but that has definitely dropped off from what it was before. And you could argue that TNC is looking a bit stronger at this point in the game. Not quite there yet completely, but they are still...
T1 gonna start moving forward. Gabby's taking target, won't be too afraid.
Illusion.
TNC will return to the triangle and just smoke up. Where are we headed though? Looks like we have a loop around. Through the dire side jungle, and yeah, there's the line being drawn out. All the way around. But I don't even know if they have enough smoke time to really make this happen. In fact, they will. They do go for a bit of a shortcut, but Miracle is right in the back, so he will break the smoke if you're not too careful. They continue to loop around. The smoke duration's almost worn off now. Oh, Armel, no. He flicks onto the cliff. It'll be all right. Nothing too bad. T1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I guess this could be. March just complete on the way. The rest of TNC understood that T1 was over. Once that went forward from Armel,
Radiant structures are fortified.
It was interesting. TNC looked like
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It was just kind of completely still. They can hold on to their tier 3s. It doesn't look like T1 will be able to clear that out. The exorcism does expire. Repair kit is in play. That's going to be enough to stop T1 from any objective off the back of those kills.
T1. Back with that radiance. Right outpost. Keeping it calm, keeping it cool. T1, 4K worth advantage once again. High ground push. This Dana repair kit really makes it difficult, although Miracle does have the Ags up.
That's going to be big. At least, I think as range, the activation is going to make it a lot harder to kill him off. Of course, you can just jump into, I think, the best targets in your dream. Go into IYD, get all his damage off every single time. A lot more flexibility to get the job done here. That could be a major factor. We have seen a lot of Ridges really start to wreck those once the Ags
Follow-up chains will be purged off by KP on the LC. If you're TNC right now, it feels like you're just waiting for that that level 25 point for Armel where you do get the fear bonus from the talent. The hero does just completely change once you hit that level 25 mark.
it's completely broken once you have that. Like, you can just force fights away. T1 is gonna have trouble fighting into that. Gives so much control towards TNC. And it's not like Scream is a very long cooldown. That fear is just obnoxious. Every single time you see that clock.
Death tax. Let's reduce gold given. This
We held out long enough to hear 4 items are flying out. We've got the Minotaur horn. That is given. It's actually just sent back to base or apps.
No, they gave the
hands.
Minotaur horn over the
Yeah.
Dokkan.
He's got a lot more to give. Like, he can safely get that snowball save every single time. No issue. And you do buy enough time at the very least for Gabby to have a satanic up. So he can man fight a bit better on this more. It's going to be a bit more hard to press to really burst him down and spam fight. And hold his own at the very least. So we've got that up and running now for TNC.
Armor's Relic now will also come out on the board. Always a very nice item to have.
Radiant are down.
Give it over to.
Dire's
No one's
bottom
quite
tower
yet.
is under attack.
You smoke up TNC. Loop around through their own triangle, but they won't have the high ground advantage. In fact, never mind. They're going to go through the dire side jungle now. They really do like to take the long way around. T1 always seems to be quite aware of when this is happening. They don't really risk too much at all. They just stick as a team and just wait.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Got the Roche up and
Dire
ready to go as
are
well.
scanning.
Nice scan from one to figure out where TNC is.
Radiant's
They're in
top
their own
tower
smoke.
is under
Try to
attack.
go for something.
Yeah, they definitely want to take this team fight, that's for sure. TNC, you don't want to walk low ground right now. This is the worst time to do it at least get the buyback out of the LC here.
I think they're pretty much set to try to get that done. They didn't expand their slots. They don't have a scan, they don't have wards down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
When you're dreaming,
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
can't blame him for that though. He got that huge range on the remnants.
Radiant's top tower is under
I
attack.
still think TNC are
Dire's
just kind
bottom
of allowing
tower
that
is under
Roshan to
attack.
go as they're still waiting on Armel to get that 25 up.
I mean, it's a slow process. It's still a tree. Like, yeah, he's eventually going to hit there, but you are going to be bleeding a lot of space on the ground for that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
he's
top
just going
tower
for it.
has fallen.
Your dream always just going to be able to remnant back to his team. Is this the time we see the high ground attempt coming out? They have been very, very cautious about how they play this. Because you have got that level 25 mark on Miracle now.
The
so
rune
you
of
can
illusion.
fix the trade. Really are quite a slippery hero with that. Gabby is hitting for 26. Very big on the Morphling, just not quite big enough. however.
You really are starting to see the effects of just how big he deals so much damage. You can just stand there and bite, worry-free, pops the Satanic Offer, has his Butterfly up and running, saving up for the Divine Rapier next. Once that's up and running, of course, the Morphling will just wreck things entirely. Looks good for T1 for a while. It looks like they're managing to find those kills. I think it was a bit disjointed at some point. Like, when they lose out on Miracle, it just kind of falls apart there. Even beforehand, and if he's not able to, just so there shouldn't be any major push that can come out from TNC, but that was a lot of news over a March. So, at least they got the guy back to the top, but they can't really do anything without time. We're gonna have to take some chip damage on them.
Just making a couple of errors that are costing some very, very valuable lives.
Oh,
Dire's top tower
least,
is under attack.
back available onto Gabby, but a little bit of slip up like that, and suddenly your push does get cancelled off. Like, look at that tier tree, 51 HP. Right? Just a little bit more awareness. Use the tier tree, maybe some trip damage onto the racks, and instead you get T1 that does look to force out that mid lane. It's their turn to try to get something out. They up and ready on Gabby, so things do get a bit rough. Teams can always fight back under more
Remnants forward.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Trying to protect that mid rank. There's only March available anyway. All he can do is eliminate them. Trying to get close enough to blinding light. You know IYD will just jump.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
They
attack.
do find the first set.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But they really don't want to have to commit them right now. So you lose one melee barracks, but yeah, I mean, it's the game. Like, one melee barracks really does not matter.
It does help them keeping the lane shoved out naturally, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. If they did get the full racks, that would be a bit better, but one lane, not the biggest deal. The thing now as well is that this dedicated effort lead one has is not substantial anymore. That is still a good amount of items on their Ember, but they are being kept at a pretty reasonable pace by Gabby. We have seen Miracle kind of slide behind now, but he's not too far off. But you know, he's maintaining a slight lead over Armel. He does have 25, so you have that 25 talent from the Queen of Pain to worry about now. And that's just going to make a lot of these fights a lot harder for T1.
I do get some concern for Armel. Does have the initial blade, so you do have the guaranteed lockdown. Now that's the part that scares me a little bit for this Queen of Pain. We'll see T1, they smoke up.
Dire are
Scan
scanning.
is going to actually catch Armel, so they know he's in there sniping for him. Smoke will gets us off. always has the blink follow-up anyway.
Hope for the best with that one. Still does go out just fine. T1 just waiting for his scragger to walk up. I don't think you can really expect TNC to bite that bait. You're aware of where T1 wants to stay in that high ground. There is a smoke now from TNC.
Trying to capitalize off understanding the location of T1. Around. No, TNC enjoys running in these circles before they really get there. Just run around that cliff first. TNC, a full team wipe happening. They did have 4 buybacks at the time. TNC, they need
I mean, IYD can clear out waves quite nicely. It's going to be hard for him to completely hold off this entire push by himself, but it's still pressuring TNC. They can't afford to risk too much as there's a lot more in the way of TNC there, though.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Gabby does take the axe for himself. The pressure shard's going to be sitting on KP for now. Of course, Gabby also has the Aegis. He's still going after that Divine Rapier. Not by
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It doesn't really matter. It's all about having that secondary life.
For sure. And we're starting to approach the point where you would start to think about tier station popping in a few moments, so we're going to start to see that, and that could change the pace here. Though, you know, it's not quite there yet, but if goes pop out, you could see a massive spike for either side, depending on what they pick up. Let's see that.
Will be. Only about 4.5 minutes till those are available. Yeah, those 5 items are completely ridiculous. Like that was basically IceFrog saying, look, if you reach an hour mark into the game, I want it to end. You know, I don't want it to go any further. And they were, well, I hope we get to that point anyway. Once you've reached 55, 56 minutes, you just want to go all the way. See how lucky you are.
I mean, Gabby has his Divine, so there you go. Like, if it swings away, that could be it. If they win a couple of fights, then T1's left at their base. It's an either or now.
Okay, he's getting rid of the shotgun. So no Ethereal Blade now, just Divine. Fair enough. Do you just wait out the next 3.5 minutes? Like, do you bother trying to push in?
I think you should try to maximize this Aegis as much as possible. So I think you should look to TNC to try to play aggressive. They do smoke up. They want to find something while they have a good hand.
It's just so darn close as
Radiant
well. It's
are
been
scanning.
up and down the whole game. He's been rooted up. He is still he does have that secondary line. The rest of TNC, however, do not jump. They trust their position, want to survive that. No, they really are playing with fire.
Taste.
Definitely are. A massive risk of a jump in. Gabby lost his Aegis and then fell. Well, just given the Divine Way. That's their way back in here. That's their way to take these objectives. They're gonna have to hold on to that. At the very least, they bait out the exorcism from Forev, so he's not gonna have that available anytime soon.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
There it is. Will make him miss quite a bit as well. In your dream, he gets Adrax, but I've got to tell you, the damage output didn't look very scary from Gabby.
No. It was kind of underwhelming, especially when he was just right-clicking on Forev with his Satanic on. It just
gonna move away, back to their base. TNC. You know, they don't really have much buybacks on their end either, so
gotta be really cautious and mature. I mean, it's 4v5. You lose the Aegis by expiry.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
you dream though, Gabby. Just heal up with the lifesteal that he has. Damage with the smoke screen done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna go up.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
You'll pop the X's. But it connects on both. Gabby knows he may need to back up.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You can't kill the side, but healing himself up.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Just turning it around with the patience to wait out for that Divine, and Gabby just making it work. It looked a bit